I'm going to explain an update that Google has made to their policy for message assets in Google Ads. And my name is John. I am from StubGroup. We are the #1 resource in the world for fixing Google suspensions and helping businesses stay compliant with Google's policies. So message assets. First of all, what is a message asset? If you're not familiar, Google has the ability to link messaging platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger directly to your Google Ads, so that when someone sees your ad, they see an option in the ad that they can tap to start a message conversation with you through that platform, Facebook or WhatsApp, etc. And so Google announced on September 30th, 2025, that there's some new policy coming out, or an updated policy coming out. It will be enforced starting October 30th, 2025, and the enforcement will roll out for approximately 4 weeks after that. So here's what has changed, or what this new policy is. Essentially, Google is requiring that you verify your message asset. And there are 2 ways that you can do this verification. The first is by actually having a link to your messaging platform on the website that you're advertising. So for example, let's say your ad is advertising example.com and you have WhatsApp connected to your ad as the message asset. Well, if you go to example.com and you put that same link to your WhatsApp account on example.com, then that is one way of verifying the message asset. Now, there's a couple nuances here I'll read from the policy to make sure you understand how this works. First of all, Google says the messaging platform link must be present on your business's website or social media page featured in your ad. When I mention social media page, if you were sending traffic to a social media page from your ad, then again, that link to your messaging platform would need to be available from that social media page. If the messaging platform link appears in ads for different websites or social media pages, then it must appear on at least one page for each of those websites or social media pages. So that's one nuance to be aware of. The second is that your messaging platform link will be easier for Google to detect and verify if it's featured on a landing page that's visited frequently. So in other words, don't bury it on a page people never go to. If it's on a page that's more likely to be crawled by Google and that people are visiting more frequently, then Google's more likely to pick up and actually detect that the link is there. And then again, the verification URL must have the same domain as your ad's display URL. So let's say you have multiple websites. If your ad is for example.com, then the link to your messaging profile needs to be on example.com, not on example2.com or whatever your other website domain might be. So that's one way you can verify. The second way you can verify is by verifying that you own the domain that's being featured in the ads. And there are 2 ways to do that. The first is to link your Google Search Console account and your Google Ads account. That's pretty easy to do. Google Search Console accounts are free. It's easy to set one up. This is the same type of thing that Google has in place when you want to verify a call asset. So similar idea. And so this is easy to do. So that's one way to do it. Or another way to do it is to add your unique Google Ads conversion tracking tag or remarketing tag to your website. So whenever you have an ad account, there's a unique remarketing tag and conversion tag in that account. If Google sees that tag on your website, that's another way to verify you own the domain. So the best way to think about why Google is doing this is they're just trying to protect people. Here's an example, kind of a wild example, but let's say someone runs an ad for Amazon.com and they put a link to their own personal WhatsApp in that ad for Amazon.com. Well, people could think that they're engaging with Amazon.com when they click the ad and start messaging with you, but you're not officially Amazon.com. You're just stealing that traffic. And so by having this verification process in place, Google is confirming that you actually own the website and are promoting the correct official WhatsApp account or Facebook messaging account in the ad so that people are not getting scammed or communicating with people other than who they think they are communicating with. So I'm glad Google has this type of protocol in place, and it shouldn't be hard to do one of these different options to verify your message assets. And be sure to do so before we hit the deadline. If you have any other questions about Google policies, Google advertising in general, etc., please reach out through StubGroup.com. We'd love to chat.